YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Now, before this video fully starts, I want to thank you guys for all the immense support you've been giving the channel. It really means a lot to me. And make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss a single video that I upload, and comment down below what other sort of videos you guys want to see me make. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hop into the video. Let's get right to it. Alright, so today's video is all about Overwatch. I'm going to be showing you guys some of the best tips to help you win more competitive games while you're playing Overwatch. And it's actually completely simple stuff. It's just things that you actually need to work on and never thought of before but need to take into account when playing competitive games. So let's get to it. Alright, so the first tip I'm going to be giving to you guys is communication. It is an absolute must-have to be communicating with your teammates, whether it's through a Discord call, Xbox or PS4 party. You need to be communicating with your teammates. This will allow you to know what your other teammates are trying to do, and it'll allow you to base your strategy off of that. Communication between your team is going to be one of the biggest factors in whether or not you succeed, and honestly, you really need to have communication with your team so you can base your moves off of their moves. If you know what your teammate is going to do, you can base your strategy around that, so that way you can win more rounds and more games. Like if they're gonna use their ult on the point, you need to be able to hear that they're gonna use their ult, base your strategy around that, and move cohesively as a team. That way you can strategize together, communicate together, and win more games. And not only that, but one of the biggest things that comes along with communication is being able to ult combo. Having an ult combo is definitely more effective than just using the one ult, because you have zoning ults and you have actual damage ults. If you're able to combine both a zoning ult with a damage ult, then you're able to get the most effective results from using those two ults. And being able to communicate to talk about those ult combos is going to allow you to win more rounds and win more fights. Being able to hold the point longer or being able to contest the payload, it's going to allow you to win more of those fights, which will henceforth transfer to you winning more games and leveling up your SR. And that's all thanks to the communication that you have with your team. Alright, so the second tip I'm going to be giving to you guys is know the current meta in the game. Knowing the current meta and the current competitive strats that some of the bigger guys are using, some of the more popular guys and the competitive guys, knowing what they're using is going to allow you to come up with better team comps that will not only be able to counter other people's team comps, but it's going to allow you to absolutely mow through another person's team comp if you know what would counter their team comp. And just knowing the meta is going to allow you to keep up to date with the state of the game and exactly how the game is changing, so you'll know which characters are now effective and which characters have gone from being the biggest meta to being completely ineffective, and you'll be able to decide that alongside your team if you all know the meta, and you'll be able to run different strats that will allow you to get more wins while playing competitive. Alright, so the third tip I'm going to be giving to you guys is know the map that you're playing on. And this is going to be a little more difficult for the newer players because you're not exactly used to seeing all the maps and knowing all the little secrets about them. But if you know the map to the best of your abilities, then that's going to allow you and your team to be able to make positions that are going to allow you to get more wins. It's going to allow you to work off of more flank positions, know where the enemy could be coming from if you're holding a point, and just in general, it's going to allow you and your team to get more wins because you're going to feel more comfortable playing on that map. And it's going to give both you and your team a very large confidence boost because you know all of the ins and outs of the map, and it's going to allow you to position yourself to a point where you're going to know whether or not you're going to win these fights and what position is going to be best for each fight. And just knowing the map is going to be one of the biggest factors to whether or not you succeed when playing competitive. Alright, so the fourth tip I'm going to be giving to you guys is knowing the ins and outs of every single character in Overwatch. Knowing the ins and outs of every single character is going to allow you to both know your own limits and know the limits of your teammates and the enemy team, so you can base your strategy around both the limits and capabilities of each character. knowing what each character can do and what each character can't do is going to allow you to base both of your team comp and your strategy around how each character works and how each character counters one another, because each character both has a counter and counters other things, and knowing the counter to that character as well as knowing what that character can counter is going to allow you to base your team comp and your strategy around the capabilities and limits of that character, and it's going to allow you to translate that over to your games, which goes along with the communication, so you can communicate that to your team, and it's going to allow you to win more rounds, more games, and level up your SR. Alright, so the fifth and final tip I'm going to give to you guys when playing Overwatch competitive, if you want to win more rounds, is to just enjoy yourself while playing, because enjoying yourself when you play is going to both lighten up the environment and give your team a positive attitude, which will translate over to how you guys play. Because if you go in with a negative attitude and you go in trying to be all sweaty and get mad over every little thing, then you're not going to see a very high success rate in any of your games. But if you go in just expecting to have a good time and not stressing over little things like one loss or losing a single round, then your whole just competitive experience is going to be a lot better. So the fifth and final tip I'm going to give to you guys is just enjoy yourself when playing Overwatch. So that's going to be it for the video, and remember that all of these tips that I gave you guys do coincide with each other, and it all basically bases around the first and most important tip, which is communication. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you never miss a single video that I upload. Comment down below what other sort of videos you guys want to see me make, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, peace.